And hello to all of you once again. I am the head of marketing and the head of public relations here at the KEDC, Jim Caldwell. I am so glad you all have joined us here. With the AI Summit coming up in July, there's a lot of questions. What's this about? What are you going to be talking about? Who needs to show up? Where are we going with this? And we have all the questions and all the answers for you. Today, we are joined by a bunch of people. I love it. Let's pop them all in here. We've got Gavin, we've got Claire, we've got Michael, all joining us now from Verkada. First of all, thank you all for joining me today.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, wonderful to talk to you, Jim.
Thank you, Jim.
So let's get right to it. What in the world is Verkada, and what will you all be doing at our AI Summit?
Yeah, thanks so much for asking. So we're a physical security provider. We manufacture all different types of equipment when it comes to cameras, access control for your doors, alarms, vape sensors for schools. We have a fully automated system that helps schools protect their students, faculty. The idea behind it was just how can we create a system that was more proactive than reactive. So we focus a lot on our AI analytics as well as our user interface that's very, very transferable to any situation or use case that you're using it for. So that's just kind of a little bit of a tidbit or elevator pitch of who we are, but we're excited to be a part of the AI Summit this upcoming month. And I think it's going to be a great introduction to Verkada as a manufacturer, not only that, but as a software first proactive response company.
So when people show up in Lexington, are all three of you going to be hanging out with us? Is that the way this is going?
Absolutely.
Yes,
Yeah.
Perfect. So Claire, I'm going to hit you now. When people show up for your breakout session that y'all be doing, what do you want some of these educators, these administrators, just these people in general, what do you want them to take away from your session?
Definitely. Yeah, Gavin really hit the nail on the head. The main priority and focus here of Verkada is to protect people and places in a very privacy sensitive way. I know a lot of times people can be wary about transitioning over to a hybrid cloud structure when it comes to security. Obviously, with schools, those are the safest and main priority that we're trying to move towards here. Because obviously, we want to keep our kids safe. So I want people to walk away with a better understanding, feeling comfortable, feeling confident, and like no stone was left unturned on their questions.
And that's the thing. A lot of people are going to have these big questions. They really are. They're going to be worried, and they're already worried. With AI, because there are so many misconceptions out there, Michael, with a lot of folks that are coming in and trying to learn more and more about this. Just tell me about your role here with Verkada and what y'all been doing to make sure all of these safety nets are implemented.
Yeah, so our role really is partly to educate people on how AI can be used as a tool to help from day-to-day operations, streamline various incidents, and become proactive with their security rather than a reactionary source of security. So.
And that's important, y'all. It really is, because you are talking about, for a lot of people, it's their most prized possession, their children, when we're talking about, education and getting your products in our schools. What kind of innovative ways, you've already kind of said what it is, but in more detail, give me some more specifics, Gavin, of what we can do with some of your technologies that you all feature.
Yeah, we featured a couple different analytics that I think are important to all schools: fight detection, slip and fall. Any type of these instances are going to create, liability for the students or for the organization itself. So those are just two of the keynote alerts I would always recommend schools looking at, as well as people of interest. We realize that you work with multiple campuses, and if there's an individual maybe messing with your elementary school and you don't want them, venturing over to your high school or your board office, we can identify people as people of interest in the system. It's all done through face detection. We can monitor their whereabouts when they are on campus and they interact with any one of our devices. Using that technology and then connecting it with the other sensitive parts of your building, like cameras connected to doors, so every access control event is keynoted as a footage rather than just an event in time that you have to go back and resurface. You'll know every single time someone enters your school or the atmosphere that you're trying to keep safe on a daily basis. So using our alerts, using that user interface, you can find a lot of different features that would help you on a day-to-day basis.
So let's kind of just back up here for a second. So let's say that Jim Caldwell is a problem, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And that my face is recognized in the system. So every time Jim Caldwell shows up, you can tag it to be a Jim Caldwell alert. Is that what you're saying?
That's correct. As soon as you make basically contact with any one of our devices on the exterior of the building, we'll all be notified via text, SMS notification, or email that a person of interest has stepped back on the property.
Which is a big thing, with school safety, at the forefront of just keeping students safe. Period, is at the forefront of all of our minds because of the violence we've seen, over the past 30 years in a school setting. So this can help parents and this can help administrators rest a little easier. So you'll be with us in July, all of you. Now you're going to have a booth set up too. Is that correct?
That's correct.
So you're going to be loaded with information for folks. So
absolutely.
So if they do, what kind of Claire, what kind of demos or whatever can some of these people see when they show up with you?
Yeah, that is something really important to us. We want to make sure that potential customers or just anyone interested can walk by and get that hands-on experience. So we will be able to have past buyers be able to see our command platform. So that's going to be our web-based management platform. Essentially, you can get a feel for what your actual internal environment would look like if you were to maybe roll this out for your entire district. Maybe it's just a couple of the buildings in your campus, whatever it might be. That way people feel like, hey, this is really what Verkada is and we can understand it. From there, people are also even available to get out some free trials here. So if they have interest in taking one home with them, we'll be happy to help.
Right there on the spot. See, I like that. I like that. You can get your product out there as fast as you possibly can. If people are seeking more information after they see this and they want to kind of get a preview of what you all do and what you all have, and then they want to come and talk to you, how can they find you? What kind of what's the website, guys?
Yeah, the website's verkada.com. What you'll find on there is products, testimonials, information guides on how to use the products that we have and how they all connect with each other. I would definitely surf the testimonials. You'll see some use cases that, maybe some people out there were dealing with some situations that you're dealing with on a daily basis. The nice part is myself, Claire, and Mike, we all represent the territory of Kentucky within your space. And so each one of us are in office Monday through Friday. We'll work on the weekends if you need us to, but you could contact us directly. Each one of our emails is our first and last name at verkada.com. But if you just want to check out the website, it's verkada.com.
And those testimonials, they mean a lot because, as you just said, people can see similar situations. That's what a lot of these big group meetings that we have here in education. People might not understand what somebody else is going through right around them, but you go talk to another group and they're like, oh, well, I've had the same thing go on. So everything is relatable in some way or another. So it's conferences like this that help spread the word about the information, the technology, and then just having somebody else to kind of chat with one-on-one, that can really help you out. And that's what you are going to look forward to a little bit more, right, Michael? I mean, you're going to be there to answer any question and try to help these people.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to be able to answer any questions, overview the emergency response plans we have in place, talk about all the great technology that we're doing to help your schools out in Kentucky. So
Kentucky, right here. We've got 81 districts member of our organization. There are 170, I think, total districts throughout the Commonwealth. So, and a lot of our districts outside of who we immediately serve will be present and trying to learn a little bit more. I know a big question that comes up, Claire, is with technologies like this. Some of the parents or whoever they're like, oh, I don't want my kid's face stored or anything like that, but that doesn't happen, right?
So with Verkada itself, no one has access to the actual footage except for organizational admins per se. essentially, when it comes to storing, it's more so that cameras themselves have different retentions based on the school. So if they're at a public school and it's a public entity, they are able to be on the film, of course, for the school reasons, but no one's storing it and hatching it unless there's maybe an investigation that needs to happen for safety reasons. Everything's encrypted as well in transit and on the cloud. So that's a big question that we do get.
Well, I know it is. I mean, because again, everyone's scared. You know, some people don't want their kids on social media. Some people don't want
Right.
anything like that. So that matters. That's why I had to ask that question. And
Right.
again, obviously, it's going to be a case by case scenario where you are, you know, a school admin might have to go in and check
Right.
that. But as far as it being stored all the way back in Verkada and everybody just going through
Absolutely not.
footage, it does not happen,
Yeah.
right?
Yes, we have no access to any individual's user's command platform. Correct.
See, all right. That makes people rest a little easier too. All right.
Absolutely.
I mean, it really does. And that's one of those tougher questions I had to ask you all. But again, it's what others are going to be wondering. Same thing. Before we wrap this up, we've been going just a few minutes here. Anything to invite people directly out to the conference? Anything any of you want to share? All of you want to share to encourage maybe some good enrollment and attendance to the thing?
Absolutely. I mean, I would first off just say, you know, the force leading the drive is KEDC. You guys have been, you know, profound in your space and for the amount of time that you guys have been doing it for. We're just happy to be partnered with a company such as yourself. I think this is a week that we really kind of put our minds to like, you know, our minds to the ground and just basically learn everything that we can. There's going to be a lot of different providers, a lot of different technology and information that's, you know, up for grabs, as well as some good times. I think, you know, every time we go to a conference, these are people that we want to be around. These are all common and like-minded individuals that have the same goal in mind as, you know, maybe how can I take, you know, a couple extra minutes off a task that I hate doing on a daily basis just so I can be, you know, more maybe coherent or present with the students in front of me, or just, you know, not thinking about it or taking anything home. You know, let's talk about the technology that's new and it's improved and can really make a difference in this world for our, you know, students and faculty alike. Let's make a difference. So I'm excited for the conference coming up. There'll be a lot of smiles, good times, good faces. So thanks so much, Jim.
And you know, not only are you going to be there, there's going to be so many other opportunities, right? I mean,
Yep.
so I mean, even for you guys, you know, when I've been at vendor halls like you all are going to set up here, I go wander around and I go look at other booths and I'm like, oh, that's cool. I mean, you know, we're going to have Apple here, we're going to have Lego here, we're going to have so many, and just, you know, fun little things for all the educators and for, you know what, just general curiosity as well. So it's going to be a great conference. I
agree.
appreciate all of you. I know you're out there on Arizona time, so thank you for joining me here, and I appreciate you. And I can't wait to meet all of you in person here in just a few weeks. Okay.
Likewise.
Thank you so much, Jim.
All right.
Yeah, thanks for including us.
Thank you.
All right.
That was a good crew there from Verkada. Again, July 21st, 22nd, 2026, downtown Lexington at the Hyatt Regency. We will host our second annual KEDC AI Summit. It's a great opportunity. Behind me, you can see two of our keynotes that are up right now. You've got Brian and you've got Jordan. Jordan is a Kentucky gal who is going to educate us on the humanity in AI and keeping it there. And then Brian is just a lot of fun. And he's been around the country talking about AI and how this will allow you to more be involved with your students rather than having to do so many other things like lessons plans and this and that, you know, tying you up. This right here is a great opportunity. Thank you all for stopping by, checking our video out, and we will see you next time.